Just like you said, we have video surveillance that shows who she was walking.
Two people walk into these woods and one person walks out. And we got you, the only one walking out there after gunshots are heard.
This is 16-year-old Richard Eugene Cartnail. Just days ago, cameras recorded Richard walking into these woods with his girlfriend, Tykeria Dawson. And this would be the last time Tykeria was ever seen, as officers made a discovery that would shake them to their core.
She's killed. It was a brutal.
Richard believed that he had covered any trace of his crimes perfectly, making sure that he walked home a free man. But through this very same surveillance footage,
The video that doesn't show anybody else coming out of that wooded area. Only you.
Richard will be forced to tell detectives exactly what happened inside those woods, one way or another.
How do you do that? I sat for 3 stinking days watching all these video from here. I know you're not the monster, okay? But we gotta hear what happened that night.
Law enforcement in Frederick, Maryland were contacted after 18-year-old ex-girlfriend Tykeria Tootie Dawson went missing on June 27, 2020. After hours of searching, they received a disturbing report about a body uncovered in a wooded area behind Ballenger Creek Middle School. Known informally as The Cut, it was a popular site for a walk in seclusion, and tragically, it just so happened to be where Tykeria was shot. Beside the body were spent bullet casings and a change of clothes. Beyond that evidence, when law enforcement checked footage from neighbors' doorbell cameras, they discovered that Tykeria entered the area shortly after 1 a.m. with her ex-boyfriend, 16-year-old Richard Cartnail. Roughly 10 minutes later, gunshots rang out, and Richard walked out of the cut alone. But why would anyone have wanted Tykeria dead? She was outspoken, fiery, and passionate. Family and friends adored her presence, and she was considered to be brimming with potential. No one could figure out what she could have possibly done to have driven anyone to murder. After being transported to the police station, Richard is given an opportunity to explain his version of events. However, he is blissfully unaware that detectives know far more about the case than he initially realizes.
Alright, so she got to my house from her dad, which is, he sent her Uber because she was supposed to ask someone.
Her dad is Unc, right? Is that who you're talking about?
It's okay. But, she sent, he was, we sent her there, and then that whole day, he was like, alright, you don't like today, but cool, try to find your own, come with me. But, up to that day, I wanted to go see my cousin. Never see each other out of jail. So,
Who's your cousin?
Brother, he ain't your smart brother.
What time did you go see him?
I don't know.
And this is just this Friday night?
It's Friday. Through the day.
Okay, she goes see because where's he live at?
He lives up 40.
On 40.
He goes off. Wow, I went to go see him. Saw like more medicines. Talked to them. And then the room was regular. So I was supposed to make Tykeria ready. So.
You know what time you got home? Was it dark then?
No. No, I went home to boil now. Okay. Yes, I'm going to my home to the Nash. So I wasn't really on my phone.
Okay.
So, no. So now I woke up, and then he was texting back and forth.
You were texting Tykeria?
Yeah. Told her that she was like, I was trying to find her bride. Because I was going to try to find her bride myself. Well, I was going to go to her. I was like, I couldn't go there. I need to go for her birthday. Okay. So I explained that to her. And then, went home. It's gonna. Then she starts telling me about this fight. Like, bro, it's just like, I think it was really drama. Let's see. But she told me about this fight. She got no attention. So I'm like, what's going on? So I'm like, she might bring anything to my house. So I was like, I don't know.
Bring anything? What's that mean?
Like, she's gonna be like, shit, drama.
Okay.
Drama is it. But she explains to me about, the lady she had a fight. So I was like, why?
You know what that was?
She said she ordered mine. But I don't know if that was true or not. But she said she was her sister. And then she, she's at the door or whatever. She told me all that. And then I got off my phone for a little bit. And then got back on. She's like, yeah, and these fought or whatever. So this was going into the night. So this was definitely like 7. I think it was coming to start. I don't really bad. But she definitely was like, yeah, mom, I'm safe, I'm on my way. So I was like, yeah, just be safe. Like, and she for me, she for relative. Somewhere. But she was with her sister in the garage. Yeah. She was started coming around, so as soon as she got to my house, she showed me a little video.
Do you know what time she got to your house roughly?
It was like around like 11. I remember it was like around like 10. 10 or 11. Yeah, because I didn't kind of got my house really high.
Richard explains that he and Tykeria allegedly went to his apartment to smoke controlled substances together the night prior. Drugs and alcohol are just some of the ways that Richard has coped with the loss of his father, not to mention the stress of everyday life as a young, impressionable teenager. Despite dating for a handful of months, it seems that their relationship was far too stressful for him to handle, as Richard explains what drove him to end things.
And then I started explaining about the fight, and then I asked her who shot Solo.
Someone shot at her?
Yeah, she told me that with the text. This is before I left her other number. Cause I left it normally, I was mad. I ain't gonna tell us. I was like, run chemo with this. Like she told me when I performed her 04. And she was like, yeah, she got shot. And I was like, so I thought that up.
What was that?
That was like, was a week prior? Cause right after she said she got shot at, someone had a rumor that said I got shot. Like I was telling her, I get shot.
And this was all in Hagerstown?
Yeah. So like my cousin, well, currently he's my cousin, and told her that I got shot. It's okay. And his name's Hopper.
Last name is?
But apparently he said, yeah, I got shot.
You got shot or shot at?
So, well, what actually happened, me shot at. But, they said I got shot. None of this shot. So,
Okay, so the rumor you actually got shot at, but you did not get shot. Okay, to spoiler. Okay, so that's what's accurate, right? Okay. And you said you blocked Takuri's number.
Mm-hmm.
How long ago was that?
This was like, it wasn't a full week, but like this was like I think a week prior to, I blocked her. I was like, oh, it was a lot, yeah. So I was just like, nah, but I still had planned a late cut on her birthday, but that's what she wanted. That's what I asked for. So I was like, you can come with me, but
When you said lent her, what's that mean? Let's go. She's like, hook up, get internet. Okay.
that was a little fun. But she was mad at me over the girls for so long. No, I ain't an acre, a few girls. Like we now have my little, and that's what Soriana took over.
Y'all won up, right?
Y'all
won up.
But time being here, so like I told her like on the trip, I told her I was like, yeah, I don't know about dating wise, but I was just we can work something out if you. But she was on medication, so I was like, alright, it's not her fault. Most of the stuff she does, she has no issue for whatever. They'll take her from the launch for all that. But I was like, yeah, she take your medicine and let me know how you feel then. She was like, I'll take her for you, but she didn't like take it drugs. Mm-hmm. So she would do that, but then like right after that, she was depressed about the like her phone hit my phone like twice. It was 8 feet. No, I think it was just one I was just with Lena somewhere, and I didn't tell her about it, but she found out.
But is that the girl you talked about the other day?
Mm-hmm. So she was mad. So I was just like, all right. So I went to the bathroom. This was like right after the jail was in this.
Did you guys argue or?
It wasn't really. I mean, I was just trying to get her to believe. So I was just like, it's not what it looks like. Basically, I was just like, like I explained to her how I wanted her to have kids and not anyone else. So I was just like, basically, I was just telling them, I'm not really frothing with nobody. Like, I'm not sure try cut. There's still, that. So it wasn't really an argument. I think it's physical, really.
Okay.
So
was she really bad or?
She was pretty mad. She was pretty mad because.
So far, it sounds like tensions were bubbling between the couple. There is not enough here to say whether any of this was a factor in the killing just yet, but these details will be revisited later on. Richard then goes on to explain that after a short argument, he took a shower, and that's when Tykeria supposedly disappeared without a trace. And if watching killers slowly realize they're cooked is satisfying to you, subscribe. That's literally all we do here.
So usually when I went in there and she wasn't in my room, she was talking to my mom because I never mad about something. I mean, she would try to at least talk to my mom. So I was like, all right, maybe she's talking to my mom. I was like, all right, cool. Look around for her phone, no phone. She's like her dad. I was like, maybe she's studying. I was like, all right. Check my mom's room. It's pitch black. I was like, nobody did it. So I'm like, okay, maybe I should go look for her. So they have my phones this time. And I ain't called, but I went outside to see if she stepped outside. So no call or text of this time. So I went out. I was like, all right, where'd you go? I went around my neighborhood, went from the basketball court and that little park that's right behind my house. And then didn't see her nowhere to be found. Walked across the street with the Ballenger Elementary School. I thought she would be across the street. That's like near River Court. That's like right there. Wasn't there? Nobody said, you know, I was like, no reason. I was like, what? You know, so. This was like, I think this was like in the morning time, not like after it. Okay. Yeah, it was. Cause
So you went to the elementary school, is that right?
yeah, was walking for us and nobody even said nothing. I was like, damn, got worried. I'm just like, all right. Cause she did this often. Like, all right, if she didn't know where she was, like she would do that often. But I was just like, all right, maybe I was like, I don't know. Maybe she'll hit me first or hit me back. So then I got a bad feeling. Man, I fell asleep. And then
So you just checked the school and then you went back home?
I went around my neighborhood.
Correct.
Then I went to this.
Okay. And then you went out?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you call or text her at any time during this point?
And it was like, this time I remember it was like 6 now.
That was around 6 o'clock?
And when I called.
So would you do between the time you got out of the shower and the time you went outside around 6 o'clock?
What was this? Like I took like a little.
Or were you outside the entire time until 6 o'clock?
I wasn't outside.
Okay.
But I took like a little.
So around 6 is the first time you call or text her?
Mm-hmm. So I was like, she wasn't. I don't even think she was trying to leading with that kind. Like she would have took a day. Mm-hmm. But call, text, no response.
As the interrogation progressed, Richard would go on to calmly explain his search for the missing Tykeria before giving up entirely and going to his cousin's house to smoke even more controlled substances. However, the timelines are not matching here. For example, he claims Tykeria arrived at his apartment before midnight, but the detectives knew she arrived after that thanks to numerous doorbell cameras that caught him outside in the early morning hours, along with Tykeria. Beyond that, he claimed he took 6 whole hours to even consider calling Tykeria. Unaware of the discrepancies in his story, Richard reveals to the detectives that he has been paranoid that someone had been following him. Since he was allegedly shot at once before in the past, this prompted him to acquire something to protect himself. This would be the start of a very slow process, where Richard continues attempting to deceive the detectives while letting some truths slip through the cracks.
But
Do you have that?
yeah, though, I'm gonna look like. Cause I was just like, if anybody, I was just asking a lot of people for it. Because I was like, Ballenger men.
You were asking people for guide?
Yeah.
When was this?
This was right after that Shirley. That first time.
The first time, so this 2 years ago.
No. They shot this year.
This year.
They tried to jump me 2 years.
Okay, jumped 2 years ago, shot this year, and you started asking for a gun.
And Rainfield, what are you asking? I would ask like cousins from his town.
Okay.
Mostly from like something. I would be like, yeah, they must know people that song. And then I would ask like older people. Probably like one guy.
Did you ever get one?
I did.
Okay.
Okay, immediate. What'd you get?
That was like a tendency. It was an ACP.
Okay. What caliber?
I think it was
45?
yeah. So
When did you get that?
this was like, I think it was like 3 months ago.
3 months ago? Okay.
So
And when did you get rid of that?
I got rid of it like right after. Like it was kind of like not even a whole month. I think it was like 2 weeks. Like, I kept it because I was like with 11. It was really messed up. And I got it. So I was just like, I had to do something with it. So I was just like, yeah, I don't even want this anymore. Okay.
Who could you give it to?
It was a friend. Okay. He's from Boston's next.
Conveyor guy.
And then he got rid of it. So I was just like, all right. But
So that was, you had a gun for about 3 weeks, about 3 months ago. Is that accurate? 45? You have any ammunition left to throw in? Or do you even buy any?
I didn't even get no food. I was just trying to get people's deal to. But I was just like, man, maybe on edge. I think I'd have kept real more. I think I'd do anything. I was just like, at that time, I was like, really mad. And then I asked her. So I was like, she might have something like that. You know,
When did you ask her?
that was like,
So you got rid of that gun. Now you start asking her to get you a gun.
she got me that gun.
She got you that gun.
She got me.
Okay. Then you ask her for a second one.
It-
What was that?
that was like, I don't know, man.
It's recent.
Yeah.
We're talking about weeks, days.
This was 2 weeks.
2 weeks ago.
Richard may be omitting the name of the person who supplied him a weapon, but law enforcement already found out that this second suspect was a 16-year-old who would later claim to be romantically involved with Richard. She offered him the weapon and a change of clothes, the clothing he abandoned at the crime scene that was confirmed to have his DNA on it. But that's not the most shocking part. Investigators checked the murder scene and found .45 caliber cartridges near the victim. These just so happened to be the same ammunition used in Richard's weapon he was looking for to allegedly protect himself. The detectives could very well call Richard a liar, but if he is startled into being silent, that might dampen all the progress they have made so far. So instead they try to appease him on an emotional level, while finally hinting at the fact that they are not as oblivious as he likely assumes.
One something. Right around 1 o'clock, I want to say. She leaves the house. We know her path. We know this because we had video of her entire path from your apartment down to where they cut. Okay. We have a lot of videos and other fan videos from her walk down there. So you know that shortly before after one.
051 was the area James Press Barnard Trust Club Drive.
Okay. We know that at quarter after 1, so 1:15, she sends a text to somebody she's about there. As she's walking by with a male. You tell me.
Just like you said, we had video surveillance that shows who she was walking with. You know who she was walking with.
Again, all of the questions that we have, we are there to answer to. We're just about to see how truthful people are. I'm not here to pull any punches, but this is what it is. Unfortunately, we're here. Okay. Something happened. We got to figure out why it happened. Okay. Young lady lost her life. Family needs answers. Right. Just put yourself in shoes of losing a loved one of yourself. You want the answers correct.
Yeah.
Okay. And your mom's a very spiritual person, right? You are too, right?
The detectives gently reveal that they have evidence of who Tykeria was with, but they refrain from telling Richard that it was him. By keeping that key detail in their back pockets for now, they are giving him an opening to tell the truth. For now, they reveal that they know another stunning detail about him and the victim to catch him off guard.
But several people we've spoken to in this period of time, and they've shown us things that lead us to believe that you were looking for someone to beat up her. Again, man, we're just coming down to the truth, man. We're so close to the truth, and it's going to be a huge weight, and we can have answers for a family that desperately need answers. Just think about it. You have a brother. Are you close to them? Well, even if you're not close to them, just think if we knock on the door and we gotta deliver news to your mom and your stepdad that I'm sorry that your son is dead. You'd want answers, right? You deserve answers. No one is treated this way. Like I said, we're almost at the truth. We just need to connect that one to a dot. and hear the why, what really, really, truly happened there.
Right. But me, I had more chance to get her beat, but I didn't get beat.
Okay. When was the last time you looked for someone to beat her up?
The last thing,
Recently? Was it for the last couple of days? I'm gonna say yeah. I'm gonna say yeah. Yeah. A lot of questions we asked. We moved down our homework, but get her. So what happened down here?
This is a new size.
How did she get back here? She's not from here. She has at 126. She's in this area. We know this. It's 126. The only street light in this point is on Briar Grove, and it's kind of somewhere because the circle. Briar Grove's a circle. The only street light is right there. The only street light. So this area down here sits quite a ways, 50 yards from that street light. It's pitch dark in there. Plus the tree cover, it's even darker. She don't know that path is there. So how does she get back here? Here's what we know. Then you can fill in the blanks for me. 2 people walk into these woods and 1 person walks out. We know that from the surveillance that covers this area. 2 people walk in, 1 person walks out. Now let's fill in the blanks on what happened down in those woods.
The silence before Richard's response is deafening. His once calm demeanor is now reserved, and his answers are much shorter and more vague than ever. Has he finally realized that no one is believing his testimonies? Then Richard shares an eyebrow-raising nugget of information about something he found in the wooded area, thereby shifting his narrative in a brand new direction.
What did you talk about when you get to the park? Okay. Where do you go? I'm sorry?
Besides just seeing some foul shit.
You just seeing some foul shit. Because what is the foul shit? What foul shit did you see?
You see somebody be killed.
Okay, someone be killed the first time. Okay, what happened in there for you to see someone be killed? Let's get over the part where someone yells out your name and you hear gunshots.
Mm.
Let's get to the truth. Okay? We've been here for a while. Let's get to the truth. Okay, we treat you with respect, right? All right. Return that favor, and you've been the great gal right now. All right. Let's be men, and let's just let the trees come out. Okay. What happened in there?
I seen a murder that night.
You seen a murder that night? Okay. Describe it to me. Truthfully. Okay.
Seeing the shortages.
I'm sorry? I can't hear you guys speak up.
So, I seen the guns.
So we see the zero
flashes. I saw flashes. I saw flashes and flashes. Flash.
Okay, so you're saying that there's someone in the woods. Is there someone in the woods? Is that what you're saying? Because they must have been sitting in there for days. Because I'm telling you, unless they got airdropped in there. Because I'm telling you, they weren't sitting in there. Okay?
So,
Ricky, you got it.
Ricky,
You've come this long, sorry, but
if you just saw someone get murdered, like your girlfriend just get murdered,
yes.
okay, but wouldn't that make you scared? Like, holy crap, they're after me, right? But you walk out of here.
no big deal.
You're walking. If someone just shot my loved one, I would be running.
And I wouldn't have run through the path. I don't care how thick this brush is. If someone's shooting at me, I would run through that shit.
What are you saying?
This new story is not adding up. Why would he slowly and calmly walk away instead of running for his life as soon as the shots rang out? There were no cries to the police or calls for help that his ex-girlfriend had died, either. Regardless, the detectives have made important progress here, as they now have confirmation from Richard that he did indeed go through the woods behind the school with Tykeria. Suddenly, from out of nowhere, Richard shares yet another interesting nugget of information that incriminates him even further.
And you know where he found, right? She's on the way in right now. Okay, we know that. So what's she gonna tell me when you guys met up? Is this a planned, cold-blooded murder that I'm talking to, or is this just an argument occurred? It got a little out of control, and I lost my cool for half a minute.
Mm-hmm.
You did lose your cool, I know. Yeah, because you're not that monster I was describing you about, okay? But we need to hear you say what truly happened there.
I told you about it.
But that's not the truth, bud. And you know it.
Don't kill it. How can I kill it? Okay. I know that.
Was it an accident? So how'd she get bulls? If you're not a killer and if it wasn't an accident, then we already know that there wasn't people lying in wait there.
How are you gonna?
Because I'm telling you, there's two ways in there. And I sat for 3 stinking days watching all these video from here. It was like I was watching the movies. I didn't have the popcorn. We've been working this non-stop since 5:20 p.m. Saturday afternoon. With maybe an hour sleep, or maybe a shower here and there, okay? We've done our homework. We know the answers to these questions that we're asking you. We're just trying to now fill in this little, I would say, 4-minute segment of 126 entering this area to 130, the shots being heard.
Okay, she was okay, it was down.
So she keeps coming at you in this area. Let's go on.
No physical contact. It's just how to bed.
Okay.
Just
that. Did she hold you back? Or was she still kind of like,
she was mad.
she's mad? Was she hitting you?
Yeah.
Okay. Cuss you out? Or just being silent?
She wasn't me, cuss. Looking at she wasn't.
Okay. So you're hugging her. What happens?
My husband.
Yeah.
Walked in bed for a split second after she got A. She said, yeah, that shit in my, oh, shit. Just said,
And so again, we have boom, boom, boom from a distance because you can't see anybody, right?
nice.
Okay, you didn't see anybody. Okay, I'm to tell you the shots were at close range, buddy, and you would have seen them because it had been probably 2 feet at the most away from her when they shot her.
Now Richard is pushing the mystery gunman narrative once again. One could speculate that he is trying to make his earlier story about being stalked more plausible this way. Even then, there has been no evidence whatsoever to explain why anyone else would want to have killed Tykeria. As we already know, the only person that she seems to have issues with in the past has been Richard. With surmounting pressure on his shoulders, Richard then shares an unexpected explanation.
Help us understand that, because it doesn't make sense to us. You're standing there with her, you hug her, You walk away for a second and you hear the gunshots. Did you leave her down in the woods to get killed?
No, it's just
What happened?
whatever would not necessarily be.
What is we got killed?
Okay, was the plan someone there?
Yeah, something.
Okay, explain how that happened and what happened then.
I can feel that was that you had something on.
I'm sorry.
Some lover was there. When someone. And then.
Did you set that up?
No, I wasn't trying to kill her.
I didn't say kill her. Did you set it up so she gets back here and she gets beat up?
Some girls for be.
Okay, it was supposed to be a B. It's okay. Whom did you set that up with?
It was good. If it was closing through.
I'm sorry, it was supposed to be. Okay, but met you at the park, correct? She was never in the woods, correct?
Are you sure?
I'm sorry?
Are you sure it wasn't only just me there?
Okay, so who else was there? You don't know who else was there. So you set this up, but you don't know who you set this up with.
I know who it was. But it was supposed to fight.
Who was supposed to fight her?
Sweet.
Supposed to fight her. Okay.
Well, they had no beef, but that's what I.
Okay. Did you send other people down there?
Oh.
Well, what'd you talk to about? you know you was supposed to fight her because you set the fight up. So you hear and you see her get murdered, and you just casually walk out of the woods. Excuse me, and you meet up, and you guys just go about your business. Don't talk about what happened. Why weren't you there to fight her? And how does she get killed?
I was like, where was you at? Where was you at? That's why I asked. And then I just dropped it. And she was just like, sorry, or something. I was like, no.
You understand how that doesn't make sense, right? We just walked up to her that you were set this fight up with her and T, and she ended up you backed out of it, okay? But she didn't, maybe, okay? And then she gets killed. Again, I find that kind of hard to believe.
Was the plan to get Tykeria beaten up what Richard intended all along, before he decided to take her life? Whether or not that's the case, the fact that he has specified that her death has never been his intention has placed him in a very awkward position here, as it almost sounds like it was an accident. Over the course of 10 minutes, Richard tries to garnish his story with new information to portray himself as a heroic figure. For example, when the pair were by the body of water, he told Tykeria to get down, but he was too slow to prevent her from being killed. Not wanting to waste more time sieving through even more stories, the detectives play into the notion that Richard did indeed set up a fight to get Tykeria beaten up by asking why he orchestrated it. That is when they reach a big breakthrough.
Why just set the fight up?
She told more people, saw her people happy. That was good. I got that birth.
That you broke a home?
She told them her. She says, well, I was living there. I was like, alright. Yeah, someone, like, not people, someone. Seeing people that they might fight because she wronged me.
How'd you wrong?
She lied. I sorry, get me. She told me that someone told me that she tried to get me shot, which is why I was like, the rumor of me getting shot was random, not miracle, but still, I feel like she's probably telling this still. She still lied. You like people weren't different.
So she lied about the pregnancy?
She was pregnant, but she wouldn't tell me when she had this. She wouldn't tell me. That I blame her for it. At first, I did call stores and stuff like. I tried to understand why, because she was hurt, but she didn't know how to tell me.
And then she made up did she make up the rumor about the shooting, or?
Someone was like, but you sort of kind of cut, but.
So you thought because she wronged you You were just gonna have her beat up.
That's it.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Okay, so let's say this is truthful. There were people in there and they shot her. Why did you go for help? Did you want her dead?
Well,
So why didn't you go for help?
what's scared?
What do you mean you're scared? If you were scared, you ran your out of there. You don't walk out of there.
I didn't remember that shit.
That's okay. Again, yeah. You don't know where she got shot. She could have been alive for hours and died out there, just bled out. Where you could have went to another house, to the closest house, got someone to call 911 and to save her.
I'm scared. I didn't know he was gonna make me look sketchy, and I just didn't go out.
Finally, the detectives have a potential motive for the murder. Whether or not Tykeria had been sharing hurtful rumors about Richard, could the drama surrounding the pair have pushed him to do the unthinkable? By this point, Richard has been in the interrogation room for roughly 3 hours. The wait pays off, as the detectives make the big breakthrough they were waiting for.
What do you think?
What's that? Truthfully, you killed her. I don't know why. That's what I want to know. And again, I'm not just saying that because to pick on Ricky Day or, there's a lot of people we've spoken with. A lot of people drive this information. We have other physical evidence. We have camera footage from all over the place. Overwhelming. Yes, 100%. Without a doubt. But I'm not going to get to buy. And that's something that only you know, that you could tell us, so we can put that in our report saying this is why it happened. That Ricky's not a monster. It just happened. It was something snapped, whatever it is. Without that why, we got to go with all this other evidence that we have. And I can tell you, when the jury sees all the evidence that we have, if you told wrong or not. Very well. Want me to eat the lot? Mm. Mm.
It just happened. Well, I didn't feel the art in it. Passion just hyped up and it just happened. Not that you meant to do it, but
Well, are you still high at this point?
Run out.
You don't think you're still high at this point?
Not that.
Okay.
That's like a.
You slept it off. Okay. I mean, so help us explain why it happened.
Whether Richard broke under the pressure or was tired of keeping up with so many facades, the detectives finally have a confession. Right now, one question remains. Why did he do it? Thankfully, they do not have to speculate much further, as Richard is about to explain it all.
A lot of build-up anger for the pregnancy. Or just have everything. The lies.
Later from just remember just everything, everybody. Okay. Tell mom it's hard first instead.
Okay. So a lot of build-up anger just on life.
I didn't do any of the words, but it's just people in.
Okay.
Like mom,
Sometimes, but
is she on your life?
and then stepdad, and then
Brothers? Girls?
yeah.
A lot of girls.
That's all your problems are with girls. Willful.
But there's some people who still like. Okay. He's stealing girls from death. Hey. There's a lot of fight.
Yeah. So a lot of build-up anger. Just come to Voyle the Saturday morning. So what happened in the woodlawn there?
Sorry.
Was that? You shot killed her?
Yeah.
Okay. What led up to that?
We were
Like, how did it take place? Did you hug her? Is that truthful? Okay, you told her you loved her. And then,
No.
okay, then what happened?
She shot down.
She was shot down by you?
No. Yeah, it's bad. So, yeah, I did.
How many cops did you shoot him?
No,
Do you know where you shot her at? Remember where you shot her at? No.
In the body, in the head, in the arse, and about the general area.
it's trying to see that. That's that. It's okay.
Ultimately, Richard Eugene Cartnail III would be sentenced to life in prison, followed by an additional 20 years for the murder of Tykeria Dawson. Detectives eventually discovered the identity of the 14-year-old, Kalia Dane Lobah, who supplied Richard the murder weapon and a change of clothes. She agreed to testify for the prosecution and to plead guilty to conspiracy to commit first-degree murder and possession of a firearm, in exchange for her case to be handled in juvenile court. If you enjoyed today's video, be sure to subscribe to our channel. 80% of everyone watching isn't, and your support would help us more than you realize. It's free, and it keeps this channel alive. You can also check out one of the craziest cases I've ever covered right here, or one of my newest uploads right here.